Hey guys, y'all come on in. I'm a little bit early. Let me get us a message put out over here because I didn't really advertise. All right. Well, we are going to get going. How are y'all doing? Let me get my other light. I think this one here helps, but it dies all the time, y'all. So to keep it charged is... But y'all look how bright this thing is. You ready? Wait a minute. Look how bright that is. It changes. Well, no, I guess I got it. I don't know how it works. I just show up here every day. And then it's got a blinky setting, but I don't want anybody to have a epileptic seizure. How is everybody? Y'all come on in. We're going to be talking some real life in the crafting world today, y'all. Something's done sparked my nerves. And it don't do that often, but you know what? We'll talk about it in a little bit. And I don't like to rant and rave, and I'll call absolutely no names, but sometimes it's just like, because we all try so hard, and we all just need to get along. I don't understand why people can't. You heard there was a party happening. Whoop, 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 whoop. Party, party, party. Hey, Diane. Hey, Bonnie. And hey, Miss Diane and Brittany. How are you, girls? I have missed y'all. Thank y'all for popping in. Y'all, we did do karaoke on Sunday afternoon, and I was gonna do some video, but it was so dad blame cold. I was about to freeze to death, so, we didn't do a whole lot of video, and we did everything we could to keep our teeth from chattering while we were singing. So, oh my goodness. Well, y'all sprinkle it out. Let's get out and about. So, my question is, I've got this little Santa Claus and Miss Claus to go in the truck. Do we want to do that today, do y'all think? I got some Mr. Green Man, y'all know, stuff that I got to do for a customer, so we'll be doing that. I'll probably come live tomorrow and paint that because I want to get that finished up. Oh, I got red water. All right, so we got a few people on, so let's get moving. We got to get this painting on the road. So we had a paint party on Saturday, and it was awesome, y'all. Those were the sweetest people. Only knew one of them, had not met any of the others, so it was really cool because we did get to meet some new friends, and she had a good crowd. It was a birthday party. An adult birthday party, not a kid's birthday party. I don't do too many kids' birthday parties, and I'm going to go ahead and say, for anybody ask, I love kids, but we did a couple of kids' parties, but what happens is when you do a child's party, the adults leave. And I got left with about 20 kids one time, and that's a lot. So I decided then that kid parties probably were my forte. Who's with me on that? And I love kids. I taught kindergarten. So, I mean, come on. You haven't seen me in a long time. Well, thank you, Miss Diane. I was live on Saturday, I think. But, I haven't been on. I lost my kitty cat last week. I've had a difficult time with that. So, you know, stuff happens. But it's okay. She is better. I know that. Hey, Miss Deb. All right. I've been working on boxes, and I got everything done, but I ran into an issue. I got one piece that is too wide for my box. So I got to go and find something for those ones to go in. So, don't you hate it when everything's going right? And yeah. Hey, Lori Payne. Okay, so I'm going to figure out where we're at here and what all we got going. I think that's a gift. This is a gift. We got Christmas trees, bows, glasses. All these things will be white. These will be flesh. These will be miscellaneous. All right, I like to try and get everything together kind of as to what it is. And that way I can kind of, oh, that goes over here. I was going to redo that. Y'all, I did something. And y'all, I always tell y'all the truth. I don't think I got the lion bone in my body. But, you know, I did the one with the gingerbread people back there. See? Well, I messed that tag up something fearful. I put the words on it before I finished it. And y'all, look at that hot mess. That is garbage. So I cut me another one. We're going to redo that one. I couldn't live with that. Could not live with it. All right. So, all right. Well, I'm about, oops, wrong stack. I'm about to get all of this and then we're going to talk. And you know, nobody may agree with me, and that's okay. Everybody can agree to disagree. Nobody has to be on the same page as anybody else on everything. And you know, but I think in this lifetime we need to be able to agree to disagree and still be able to get along. Hey Miriam, hey Melissa, hey Margaret. But I have seen so many in the crafting community that are just like being so mean lately. And it's really disheartening. You know, there was a post. I sell kits. Some of y'all may not know that because this kit that I've got right now is for sale. But I don't talk about that. I don't put pressure on people to buy things. I have 3 subscription groups. I don't ever talk about those. Very rarely do you ever hear me say, I've got a group. Lots of people do. Lots of us, it's our livelihood. It's mine. But you know what? Probably in January, I've not scheduled any events for January because business stinks so bad. I'll probably be finding a job in January. So I won't be doing this. But there was someone that has posted about people selling things on the internet. And I don't know. And this person actually sells on the internet, so I don't know where it came from. But she sparked a bunch of people to come in and agree. And, you know, then the bashing became, you know, people that sell kits and people that sell this or sell that or have a paid group. I do have paid groups, but I come on more than one time a week and craft, and tell y'all lots of stuff that I give in groups. And so it just hit me. And, you know, it wasn't too long ago, you know, I stepped away from a couple of groups because of the bashing of people in the group. You know, it's just not what I'm about. And I'll never say this person's name. Some of y'all may know who it is, and I appreciate if y'all don't mention the name in the comments because that's not why I'm here. I'm just here to say that, you know, this person accused people of being mean girls, but what was that? You know, let's just love each other. There's enough space at this crafting table for everybody. I go on, I promote my crafting sisters in all the groups. I will talk about them. Most always, I will share their page. And you know what? I was in several groups last week, or I won't even say last week, over the last month. And there was one that only one person out of a group of 10 ladies in the event shared my page. So, you know, we do events to share our friends, is what I've always thought. But when we're not doing that, then, you know, what sense is it to do events? You know, then I didn't even get shared into one. So, I don't know. It's just, I've got a bug in my bee. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Miss Pam. Hey, Wiley. So I don't know. Like I say, I just think that it's in this world where you can have the opportunity to be kind. There's just no reason. And just like, you know, it's okay to say those things, to think those things, but, you know, to put it out to where you're trying to stir up controversy over somebody trying to make a livelihood off of something that clearly people do want, I just think is wrong. I don't know. And maybe it's just me. And I may lose some followers over saying what I've said. But, you know, if people leave because of that, then they weren't there for you for the right reasons. I just don't think that it is kind. So, what you're up to? I am just painting this cute little Santa Claus and Miss Claus. I think they're going to be cute. So, you know, it's just being ugly to people's just so wrong. So wrong. And, you know, and they were like, they're not in the in crowd. I'm not either. I'm not the first one somebody calls on when they want something. And you know what? I don't care. You know, it's okay. I don't want to be in the clique. You know, for the people that every other word they say is, I have this group, I sell this, I do that, I do this. You know, I've got this event that y'all can pay, you know, $400 to come to, and that's all they market during their whole crafting thing. You know, that's a lot. But you know what you can do? Scroll. That's what it's there for. If you don't like something, scroll. Get past it. I just think that we got so many keyboard warriors. I don't think that people would say near the things face to face to people that they do in this little box. God said your gifts will make room for you. There's no need for hating. We should always be Christ-like. Amen. Amen. And you know, some of the people that you know, do a lot of the bashing are the ones that are on there, you know, saying they're praying for everybody. So, I don't know. It's just, I had a lot of mixed feelings about things. You just, you know, the lack of support within the, and it isn't everybody. You know what? There's some people that will make sure that you get sprinkled into every single thing. And then you got some people that aren't going to do it to save their lives. They show up for their time slot, and that is it. And you know what? Those are the people that I quit showing up for too. And that might not be right, but it's just one of those things that, you know, two rights don't make a wrong. How many of you's mama told you that? But, you know, it's hard to keep showing up for people that don't show up for you. So, like I say, with business being as cruddy as it's been, and I know it's economy. I understand that. I get it, you know. But it don't help pay my bills, so we have enough ugly in this world. And you know what? This woman had like over almost 10,000 comments, and some were in disagreement to what she was saying, and most of them were like, oh yeah, you've just gained a new follower. Well, you know what? You just followed a mean girl. If that's what you're so against, then, you know, that's what you just followed. Hey, Doreen. I don't know. And I would never say any names. And like I say, if y'all have seen it, I appreciate it. If y'all do not mention the name, I'll delete it if it gets posted, because that isn't why I'm on here. I'm just on here to say, you know, I always, when I go off of an event, the person behind me, especially if I know it's a creator that is new or somebody that doesn't have a lot of following, I remember going live and only having 3 people watching me. It happens. We have 14 now, you know, but I'd rather have 14 honest, good people that are here because they want to see me than to have 500 that are there for a show. So, like I say. Anyway, we'll see. Like I say, and my busiest time of the year is not busy. So, you know, when you don't have a great year, then most of the time you can catch up in the fourth quarter, but fourth quarter's not catching up, and everybody on Etsy's saying the same thing. So, I've had so many people cancel out of my subscription group. I'm fixing to just close it, I think, because it's not enough left there to keep that going. So, it just stinks. It just stinks. Thank you, Chesney, for sprinkling. I'm on a roll. I know. I jumped up on my soapbox. I started to write that, and I thought, I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to be a mean girl, because I'm not. I'm just saying the truth. And maybe that lady thought she was just saying the truth. And, you know, but it's not just that. You know, there was one not too long ago where the lady just was on a hell-bent rant on this poor woman, talking about her business and dogging her, and I was like, why? You know, and the thing about it is, hadn't done a thing in the world to her. It was for somebody else. And I'm like, you know, in a world where we can choose to be silent or be nasty, why? So, like I say, those are the groups that you bypass, and you just, because y'all have seen many groups that you don't see me any anymore. And there's a reason. Hey, Tammy, soapbox, that's it. You know, when I worked at Weight Watchers, I used to always say that. I would say, okay, you know, because I was the leader of the group. I'm the one that gave the workshop. And I would say, okay, I'm taking off my leader cap now, and I'm going to jump up on my soapbox for a minute. And I would act like I was stepping up onto something. And then I would say what I had to say, and I would pick up my leader cap, and I'd put it back on. Oh, gosh. But like I say, it's just crazy, crazy, crazy world we live in, y'all. Why? Hurt needy people hurt people. Barbara, you're probably right. But it's still not right. And I know everybody has struggles. But having struggles, you know, just like I told you, you know, my business has struggled. But I don't come on here and take it out on people and say, oh, let me, you know, this person did this, or this person doesn't sell, you know, quality products, or she doesn't have this, or she, you know, but you have some people that do. I'll tell people what's good about my product, but I won't bash others to tell what's good about mine. That's not right. That's the consumer's right to decide what's quality and what's not. Hey, Deborah. Better just be kind and silly. Fatima, there you go. That's it. Well, we fixing to jump off the soapbox and get going. But like I say, I just needed to talk to somebody, y'all. I've been in that shop working, and I hadn't been live much. And y'all are my escape a lot of days. A lot of days I look forward to coming live just because I get to visit with y'all. I had some girlfriends invite me to lunch today, but I really need to get those boxes done. But I am in a place where I am waiting on things to get sanded. So, when I get done here, I'll go make my labels, and then I'll be good to go. But I got a mail by Friday. Your prayers that we could all get along in peace and love. They're really bad things that, you know, that was, yeah, I agree. Chesney, I try to be a good person. You know, everybody has bad days, but I try my best to be a good person. And, you know, some days there's just things that some people do that make you jump out of that. And you have to pray about it before you go to sleep at night. But I try always. And, you know, most of the time, if there's something that's bothering me, most of the time I'll get it out in a minute. I'll steer clear of that. And I just won't go around those people or have anything to do with them, because it's easier just to step away than to just have ill feelings down the road. Because, people change. Maybe those people will see the error of their ways, and, there's no need to have bad blood. I don't even know why that person's post came up on my For You page, because I don't follow that person. So I don't even know. Maybe it was God's timing that I should see that. I don't know. Everything in this world happens for a reason. I am a firm believer, just like my sweet little Emma. Everything happens for a reason. She was allowed to be with us for about 16 years. The vet determined when she came to us, she was probably a couple of years old. So, I say she was about 18 when she passed. So, we had those 16 wonderful years with her. And she was a rough little kitty there for a long time. In her older age, she calmed down. Making you laugh and help you get through you've been very hangry, Chesney. You know what? I think probably the last 2 days I've been kind of the same way. It's just been kind of one of those where there was some Cheetos sitting on the counter, and I was like, and then, yesterday was my anniversary, and I'm going to say this, I am only 35. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it, but yesterday may or may not have been my 36th wedding anniversary. Do the math. Oh my gosh. That's funny. You just popped in and thought something was wrong with you. No, nothing's wrong with me. It's just people in the community being ugly. I don't know. And like I say, maybe they weren't maybe it wasn't, they don't feel like that was ugly, but I took it as ugly. And then one of the well-known people in the crafting community came in that does sell stuff and, tried to explain. And it kind of got to be one of these things. And I was like, phew. And then sometimes you just have to remove yourself from the conversation, which I never said a word. I'm not getting into any of that. I don't want to be a part of it. Like I say, I don't follow that lady. I do follow the lady that was trying to explain that, just because somebody sells something doesn't mean everybody's pressure selling. Because like I say, most of y'all some of y'all on here may not even know I had a subscription group. And some of you may not even know I sell wood kits. Because I don't pressure people. If you asked, I would tell you that. But, I don't go on a pressure sale. But, like I say, it got a little intense. You think you've already figured out your math? Lori, so I'm right. I'm only 35, right? And y'all know I had a lady ugly to me one day because I said that. I'm like, golly. And then when I dressed up like Winnie, yeah, y'all know. I'm like, come on. Love to see when you come live. You've been in a funk lately. Oh, Lori, I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry I have been too. I hadn't been a bit of help to you. Well, like I say, we fixing to hop out of the funk. Let's say that right. And I don't want to get thrown off Facebook for profanity or something, y'all. English Cottage Crafts, welcome in. Oh, my goodness. You came in right when I said something about profanity. We're not over here talking ugly, I promise. Oh, my goodness. Y'all about to get me thrown off the book before I even have to leave. Oh, my word. But, oh, no. I had a little bit too much white there. Okay. So, yesterday was my anniversary, and I think it was Lori said something about being hungry. Well, you're home from the beach, a little chilly. Oh yeah, no, it was cold here, Brenda. It was freezing this morning. Woo! It was so cold. But so I got flowers. I have to post a picture of my flowers. They're so pretty. And Mr. got cookies, chocolate chip cookies. And no, I did not make those. They came from Walmart. He likes Walmart chocolate chip cookies, y'all. So, what did I do? The good deed of buying, y'all, my nose is itching like crazy. I did the good deed of buying the mister the chocolate chip cookies that he likes. But y'all, those chocolate chip cookies are laid on that counter and they're looking real, real good. But I have stayed out of them so far. So far. Oh, I did, and I am going to promote something, so y'all just hold on to your drawers for just a minute. I've got that Tier Tray Decorating and More group. I started a Facebook page. Groups are getting so, that I started a page for that. So, it's Tier Tray Decorating and More, and it's a page, not a group. But I still do have the group, and I'm not going to close it down, but I don't get over there as often. The people post nasty stuff on there all the time, pictures that'll make your mama and daddy blush. And so I had to fix it where only I could approve the comments, and it's just a full-time job, and without a whole staff of admin, you know, that's a freebie. You can't ask people to do that for nothing and then get upset because they don't show up to do something. So I'm trying to change everything to a page where it can be a little difference and not be quite as wonky. So y'all go follow my page over there. 35, we just don't know exactly what anniversary of 35 is. It's actually 36, and I'm only 35 years old, so I don't want to hear any comments about that, because we are talking about being nice, right? See, I had to jump out there and tell y'all that. Do you know Santa's favorite singer, Elvis Presley? Oh, my Lord, have mercy. That had to be Fatima. Woo! Hey, she's always coming with the joke, though. That will consider you the icebreaker. Oh, my goodness. But no, we didn't go anywhere. I made chicken stew for dinner last night. I actually was going to make a chicken pot pie, but I need 2 pie crusts, and I only have, well, actually I need 4 pie crusts, and I only had 2 for the chicken pie I made, because it's in like this huge dish, and it lasts for, what's it called? It's called Tiered Tray Decorating the Ensign More. There's a group and a page. And you can join both of them, but the page is the one that I really want you to jump over on, because I got to meet some milestones over there before I can go live over there. So then your work here's done. I'm going to tell you, Fatima, like Wesley told me, you know, I'm always cracking a joke, right? Well, Wesley told me when I was cracking a joke one day, he says, with all the comedians out of work, here you are trying to break into the business. I said, no, that's just me. Oh, my goodness. But y'all know I told y'all that Trust Your Wife challenge that none of our husbands would jump on board with. So I have started sending Wesley these little things where these people are doing these stunts. Like, acrobatic stunts, like they're flying the woman like an airplane, and then they flip her and stuff. And so I started sending Wesley those, and I told him, I said, Dixie, not yet. Like I say, we're down to the bare minimum there, so I'm going to post about it and see if we can get anybody in. But if it goes down much more, then we're not going to have enough to do it. If we do, it'll go to one box. And I like giving people a choice. But anyway, I sent Wesley that picture, and it was one had the woman up like that, and then he takes her hands and he flips her, and she lands on her hind, and then she does some twirl thing. Y'all, it was hilarious. And he wrote, "Are you trying to kill me?" I wrote back, I said, I've lost weight. Are you saying I'm still chunk? What did Santa buy Miss Claus for Christmas? An elf cleaning oven. I wish I had an elf, because mine really does need to be cleaned. That's the reason when I do stuff in the oven, y'all don't get to come see inside. You're safe if you are the icebreaker. You're just one she threatens to send to the... I put her on the road. Oh, my goodness. But Wesley I've not sent him one yet that he's jumped on board with. I told him I think that he's just got a little chicken in his blood. Oh, my. So, you know, the little Facebook post that I made yesterday. I made it on my page, my business page, and it's on my TikTok, too. And, the one on TikTok's cute. Facebook won't let you use a lot of the music and stuff, but the one on TikTok's got the little sounds. It really made me want to cry. All up in my feels. Blessed day to you too, Miss Debbie. But, no, I told him I think he's just scared. He needs to really be adventurous, because, that's where I was going with that. I told him in my post I put on here about all of our adventures and him always being up for them. I said, but, I may have to go and retract that statement, because you have not been up for any of my adventures lately. And he says, I don't know that you would consider that an adventure, Karen. He said, maybe for you. I said, my tail be the one flying and hitting the ground. At least you're just laying down with a broke back or leg. Oh, my word. Bless it, bless it, bless it. Oh, gosh. Anyway. Hey, at least I can say I tried, right? But I will tell y'all, tomorrow is a special day. Oh, and Happy Veterans Day. I meant to start out by saying that. Happy Veterans Day. And if y'all have a veteran in y'all's life, please, please, please tell them that I said thank you for their service and that we appreciate it. Because, the veterans, they give up a lot in their life to be able to make sure we are free and taken care of, or did at one time. I guess everybody can. I think you would consider everybody a veteran if they've served. They're a veteran in my book, because they've done something I never done. I was fixing to say something. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Squirrel brain might be real, y'all. I think I got too much going on in my head. What y'all think? Oh, my. What was I saying? It wasn't a lie, I promise. Y'all know I have a tough time with that. What was I going to say? Oh! About tomorrow. You don't think you ever shared your stackable pumpkin scarecrow you're working on? Well, go post that over on the Crafting and More page. And you're welcome to post it in the tiered tray, on the tiered tray decorating and more page too. Just not the group. Well, you can share it on both. Because it's decor and more. I had a lot of ladies that got upset when I first started that group years ago. Because I let people post other decor other than tiered trays, but that was why I did it decor and more. And like I say, the group's got like over 376,000 people on it. But the page, I just started it over the weekend, so it's only got about 400 and something. So we need to go over. Hello, Miss. Let's see if I say this right. Iona. Let me know if I said that right. If not, I apologize in advance. It's like Santa's workshop in here. Uh-oh. But tomorrow is Mr. White's birthday. He's going to get mad at me because I told y'all that. He's going to say, why did you tell those people that? Now they're going to feel like they have to say good, happy birthday to me. I said, no, they won't. If they don't like you, they're not going to say anything to you. I said, and he's like, you think they don't like me? I said, no, I didn't say that. I said, if they don't have to say anything to you. See, then you get his insecurities up. What, they don't like me? No, I didn't say that. Welcome to Laughs that you've been following you for a while now, and you can't remember some of those people in the group. In the tier tray decorating and more, if they were there, they got booted. Anybody, that's my main rule. And this is going back to the Be Nice. In that group, like I say, it's over 376,000 people. And they post tiered trays and all kinds of decor. It has to be decor related. And, you know, if somebody comes on and says, this is my Christmas tray, I love it, then they're posting that just for somebody to ooh and ah over. They don't want opinions. They didn't say. Now, if they come on and say, this is my tiered tray, this is my Christmas tiered tray, what would make it better? They've asked for your opinion. But even in giving an opinion, you can be nice. Now, Dixie, there is a couple of those groups that tried to, mine was the first. But there's one that has my name. She took my name and just added something to the end of it. And she just lets any and everybody post anything. That may be the one you're talking about. But my group, they'll tell you right from the very get-go that it's one of the nicest communities that they have been in. No selling in that group. And so it's just people posting pictures of their decor on that in the group. How do you join a page? You're part of the group. Brenda, I'll post for some reason, but some people are having trouble finding that page. I don't know if it's because, and I made the picture different. It's the Christmas tray that we did in the our tier tray group. So I will post the link to the Facebook page when I'm off here. And if y'all don't want to join it, y'all don't have to join it. I'm not going to be mad. Well, Chesney, I'm glad you love the group. I am so glad. Don, like I say, I'm not telling y'all that so y'all will have to join it. I'm just telling you if you want to. It's free. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Y'all, I still can't get over that. Me, oh my. Makes me want to cry. You are welcome. Let's see. What color should we paint the presents, y'all? Y'all tell me that, and I'm going to go and see if I can see it. Let's see if it's here. Share my link. Let's see if I can come back over here and share it to you. Now, if y'all leave and go join it, y'all come back. It'll stay in the comments. Y'all don't leave me. Nobody wants to see me today. Here we go. All right. Okay. All right. I just posted the link to the Tiered Trade Decorating and More Facebook page. It's my group, so... And it'll be nice. But on it, what it will be is where I make a post, kind of like on my page, my business page here. When I make a post, people come in and comment up underneath it. So it won't be starting 100 million posts, and it won't be so hard to look at, because I'll post, you know, here, you know, show us your Christmas decor or something like that. And people will post underneath that. So it'd make it a little easier to find stuff too. Hey, Tina with T&D Creations. Miss English Cottage Crafts. English Cottage Crafts, my memories are horrible, especially when I'm live. Your name is Lindsay, am I correct? Please tell me I'm correct. If not, I'm sorry in advance. I'm 99% sure it is. But I've not bet any money. Hey, Alicia, bring Mr. White on tomorrow night so you can roast him. Oh my gosh, I can do that. If he'll come live with me. He might be like, I don't want to go live tonight. We'll see. I'll tell him I got an event. That'll be a lie. I can't do that. How can we lure him in? I'll tell him that y'all said he's got to come live, or y'all calling the Coast Guard and putting his name on it. So then he'll be responsible for paying that $30K, right? Oh my goodness. Too funny. Oh, good. Well, I do think that it is time for us to do some sort of adventure. We haven't been anywhere or done anything lately, so it's time for an adventure. I kind of wanted to go kayaking, but, you know, then it decided to turn off to be 20 degrees. I woke up this morning, y'all, it's 24 degrees. I was like, oh, goodness gracious. Hey, Miss Jessica, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sweet lady. And like I say, y'all are welcome to join over in the group too, because it's they'll post some different stuff over there. Like I say, I'll leave that open too, but I do think it'll be easier for me to let people just get their stuff approved real time, because when their stuff don't get approved on time, they get mad, and then I get hate messages. And I understand they want their things posted, but I'm trying to have a life on the weekend. You know, you don't remember your page because it's too hard to remember. Okie chokie finoki moki. It's something in Florida, I think. I got it right. It starts with an O, right? Oop. Wait a minute. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Thank you, Barbara. Hold on. I'm going to cheat. No, I'm not going to cheat. Tell me. You just had a follow option on the link you shared. Okay, good. Good. Did it work? Well, when I first started posting it over on that group page, the link didn't work. I don't know why the link didn't work. And I think they thought it was a page that had been... It wasn't. You had snow flurries last night, Pam. No way. Well, they said that there was some all around us, and I kept looking outside, and if it did do something here, I missed it. You're late to the party. What about your page? Well, Melanie, you can go and look. Go rewatch the beginning. I don't really want to go through all of it again because I've got off of the doom and gloom part of it. And But what I'm talking about now is my tiered tray decorating and more group. I've made a page for it that I'm trying to get everybody to transition to. I'm still going to leave that group open because, like I say, there are, several years of stuff. I started that group during the pandemic because, during the pandemic, we couldn't visit we weren't supposed to visit with each other, or, it pretty much was, if you're not a, what was it they called us? I can't even remember now. I'll think of it. If you didn't have to go to work, they wanted you to stay in. And so I had to go to work. And mine was one of those required positions. And so, but nobody could visit. So, during the holidays, everybody, it was so doom and gloom because people were decorating, but nobody could see what they were doing. And so I was like, we need a way for people to be able to go into other people's homes and still be able to see what they're decorating and be able to ooh and ah and say, that you scored on that. You did a great job. And so that's when I opened that, or when I started that page. And it just had grown and grown and grown. And then I had a couple of ladies that decided that it was their sale platform. Oh, Hoopy, I told you I had it right. Lord, just a little wrong. I've got to remember. I'm making me a note over here after I'm live. And any of my friends that y'all see on here with their business pages, y'all please follow them. Please. Like I say, it doesn't... You can fix it where you don't see their stuff if you don't want to, but just give them that follow. I would appreciate it. I know they would. But anyway, you could go in and you could see everybody's creations. But then I had those couple of ladies that decided that it was their selling platform. And I didn't sell over there myself, so we weren't going to sell over there. And I had sent them several messages and asked them not to. And then... they came into the comments and said that I was Hitler. Because I wouldn't let them sell on that platform. Okay. So, when you're coming in stirring up that much trouble, it's time to go. So, I said goodbye. And they went and started their page. The same name as mine, just added a little something to the end of it. And that's fine. That's fine. Everybody can, just like the crafting community, y'all, there is enough room at the table for us all. But if somebody asks you don't sell on their page, don't sell on their page. All right. What are we going to do here? Yeah, I was so fast the other day. I'm not even going to worry about it. It'll have sticky on it. I know! Barbara, I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa! This is taking a turn. But you know what? You could sit and argue with people like that until you turn red in the face. And that's not going to do a bit of good. So, it's easier just to move past. Non-confrontational. You don't do lives, but you share all of the items you make and antiques and other things that you put in your booth. I follow your page. I'm 99.999% sure I do. I had 2 people, again, last week that I've always followed. Love their stuff, love their personality. And I hadn't seen them in a while, and it just so happened I ran across them while they were live, and I'm like, I didn't get notified they were live. And, yeah, I had been unfollowed from their page. So, touch my nose, and if it says follow, that means you've been unfollowed. Hit the button. You don't even have to go out and go looking for it anymore. Y'all, Miss Claus has gone and made some chocolate chip cookies just like Walmart made for me yesterday. Oh, my goodness gracious. He loves those Walmart cookies, though, y'all. And I just didn't buy him just the little bag, the little snack bag. I bought him the big 6-pack, the big cookies. So that was, I was trying to make him sweeter. Shh, don't tell him. Y'all, I'm going to just tell y'all, I really looked up when I found him. He is the sweetest, kindest, most thoughtful, loving person in the whole wide world. So you don't do videos either, just a local crafter. And you know what, Fatima, that's, if you got a page, you're more than welcome to say the name of it on here, or even come on as your page. I don't ever have a problem with that. In fact, I think it's good. I was in a large group once upon a time. I've been doing this since 2017, not as full time. I worked my office job until 2002 maybe, and then I started doing this full time. I know I don't look forward to going back to the rat race, but sometimes we got to do what we got to do. And so anyway, when I was in that real large group, it was right before I started going, doing this full time. Everybody would always say, you know, come on as your business, come on your business. And, went on as my business page to this particular person that was in the group. And y'all, there was 3 of us that had done that. She told us to please leave and come back as our personal profile, that it was rude that we came on as our business in front of everybody. I was like, wow. I left, but I didn't go back. Ever. That's rude, rude, rude. And see, if it had been me and somebody had done something, I would have just waited until after the live and said, you know, hey guys, and just said it in the group. I prefer if y'all come on as your private profiles. I mean, that's her prerogative to say. It's her page. But, you know, at that point, it's just a free-for-all for you, you know, to benefit you. And I guess I'm out here trying to make it a community, not just a he or she. It's really awesome. We learned what tribe my husband's genetics are from. So fascinating. Oh, wow. I know, gosh, it's crazy. Some of this stuff, if y'all only knew what went on in some of these groups. Some days you just want to say, Jesus, take the wheel. Lord, have mercy. It's all we can do. But it's not, I'm going to just, let me back up. Paddle backwards. It isn't that way all the time. Occasionally. But you know what? Everybody has a bad day. Everybody has a bad day. You just have to be careful not to take it out on other people. And just like I tell people in that tier tray decorating group, don't ask somebody's opinion on something that you don't want. If you ask for somebody's opinion on, you know, why didn't this happen, or why didn't I get this, or what, and they tell you, don't get mad at them. Because you asked. Again, you can say things in a nice way. I had a friend one time. She says, you were one of the few people that I know. Oh, Y'all, this glass thing, I love it, but that is one thing that I need to be able to glue it to this table because it will pop up in a heartbeat. One of these days it's going to whack me in the head. She says, you can insult somebody and say, bless your heart or something at the end, and they just think that you was just right on. And I'm like, well, I wasn't trying to insult anybody, but, you know, there's ways to say things to people that are nice, and they don't feel like they've been trash talked. You don't need to try and hurt people's feelings. Be prepared to hear an answer you may not like. Fatima, that's right. But even still, people can be nice. All right, and we're going to tone that down. You left a group and the admin kept messaging you why you left and you finally had to block. Yeah, Tina, it's probably the same one. I did too. I got booted from one. Because I shared an opinion. I mean, when people don't talk about things, nothing gets better. Whoop, I don't like that. If you don't like it, paint over it. Hey, Jane. Hey, Miss Missy. I would say it's not Steven here. I'd say it's Missy here. I know that. I can't remember. I need to reach out to that person and ask how they're doing. I hadn't seen them in forever. But anyway, every time Wesley is live with me and this person would come on, he would always say the husband's name. And I'm like, now, you know, that's not that person watching. Wouldn't you think it's the woman? And he's like, well, I didn't think about that. He says, you know, I'm not the professional here. Yeah, that's one of them. Like I say, I never encourage for anybody to leave any group. If there's people there you enjoy seeing, then but it's just sometimes you just need to step back. All right, let's see. Let's give Santa Claus some little swooshes in his beard. Hey, Mel. And it's not on here, but I am going to do something. Be Picasso. Oh, man. I never claimed the fame of being Picasso, believe me. Take a little of that white and dry brush a little bit on. Tone her down. Oh, I told y'all tomorrow is the mister's birthday. So, I don't know what we'll do. If he'll want to go out tomorrow or just wait till the weekend or what he might want to do. But it's up to him. He might just want to go on out tomorrow. I will highly encourage it because that means I don't have to cook. Don't tell him I had an ulterior motive there. Seeing if we go out to eat, then when we get home, we can go live, right? You heard some of the crafter group chats are not nice. Some, you know what? I will say 90% of all of the groups and the chats are are really good. You don't have a lot of drama, but there's a few. There's a few. But it's, I mean, I'm not saying crafters are bad people. I'm one of them. But, you know, it's just when you go out trying to hurt other people's businesses and by, you know, talking about how they're only trying to sell to people all the time, or you got to join a group to see them do this, that, or the other. You know, if those people are out just still doing lives and still crafting for free, then, you know, they're appealing to the crowd that wants to do what they're wanting to do, not saying, oh, well, the only way you can see me is if you pay for my group. I have never done that. And wouldn't, because everybody's not in a place where they can do that or that they would want to do that. And I get that. And some people may not like me. I told y'all, I told that lady at Weight Watchers, Karen White ain't for everybody. I want to be. Everybody wants to be. But the sad, hard truth is everybody won't always like you. And you know what? Y'all tell me, or y'all, do you think this is true? Is this a true statement? That it's harder to come to come to terms with the fact that you're not everybody's cup of tea when you get older than when you're younger, because you just want everybody to love you all the time. You don't want, no, it drags you down. I know, girl, me too. Me too. That's why it's just, but used to, you just worry about what everybody would think. Worry about what everybody think. That's the thing. Worry about what everybody thinks. I was the world's worst about, you know, you got to do this because, you know, if you don't do this, then people are going to think this or think that. And then, you know what, something clicked with me one day and said, you know what, if people don't like me for that, they don't like the real me. Just like I come in on here in t-shirts and sweatshirts, and I'm going to not lie, there's been a time or two I might or might not have had on a bra. See, I wouldn't tell that to just anybody. I got one on today, though, just so you know. That's what y'all are going to say from now on. You're going to be like, bra check. Oh, my goodness. But, you know, some people have to come in and got on their finest clothes. I'm not going to craft and stuff like that. Half of what I got's got paint on it anyway. Life's too short to care. But, Charlotte, did you always feel that way? Yeah, I feel that way now. But I didn't once upon a time. Once upon a time, I was just so worried about, you know, how everything looked and what people were going to think. And, you know, if somebody's coming to your house, if you don't pine saw that thing from the top to the bottom, they going to think you are nasty. You could care less if people like you or not. Never did much care. Less now that I'm old. I know, Karen. Like I say, I did once upon a time. Now, I want people to like me, but I'm not just devastated if they don't. Oh, my goodness. Tina, are you saying you've been on without the brassiere too? No, Charlotte, in public. Ah! We just judged you, girl. No, you don't feel like you really don't care. Yeah. You know, sometimes you just got to throw it up and say, pfft. Now, I still am going to pick up. If I know somebody's coming to my house, I'm going to try and pick up. Not that my house is dirty, but there's dog toys all over the floor. Because you know what? And there might be a few dirty dishes sitting in my sink, but we live here. Yeah, Charlotte, that's me. We live here. This isn't any kind of model home. Oh, this is going to get dubbed as the No Brazier Live. Oh, my word. I normally take the lid off my glitter paint, but that one is seized shut. Sadly, I've worn a bra for years, so misformed from lump removal. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I wear mine most of the time, but it's just some days it's like you just wake up and it's like, we're going on strike. Oh, we're going on strike today. And I'm the same way about shoes, y'all. Now, I'm not going out in public with any bare feet. Just know that. But around my house, I'm going to wear a pair of socks out because I'm going to have on sock feet. You're at home. You hate your process. You live. Oh, my goodness. Lisa Mary, you coming into a conversation, girl. L&L Lucky Crabs. Oh, my goodness. We are, we having conversations about all kinds of stuff today. Today's kind of broke loose, hadn't it? We just in heavy conversation about it all. Well, and all the times you try to make somebody look bad, sometimes you just have to turn around and try to make people look good too. It's best not to ever try to make people look bad. It's a reflection of the person doing it, in my opinion. All right. So what color? Okay. My little cranberries, I might make those more burgundy-like, but maybe not. I don't know. I want her bow. I wanted her, well, y'all can't even see it now. I wanted her bow to be red, but I did the cranberries red, so red won't look right. So what color can those be? I don't know. That's why you love cold weather sweatshirt. Oh, golly, I know. It's so cold here still, y'all. I don't even know what temperature is. Y'all know what? My watch is dead. It ain't coming alive. That's what happens when you don't charge it. I told y'all we're doing real life over here. I am going to make those berries a little darker. But before I do that, let me make the whole thing red. That way I won't have to worry so much. Because I want her bow to match her little Santa, her Miss Claus outfit. I guess it could have been pink. But see, I made her little collar white. So I didn't want, I can't do it white because her hair's white. If we don't like it red, we can do it pink. Hey, Kelly, darken the berries, yeah. That's what we're going to do. And all you got to do to darken that is just get a little bit of that red and put it into some black. Let's see if we got it dark enough. Y'all know what I might can do? I might can just pick up some of that black and come straight onto them. And honestly, that kind of makes it look, the little berries bruised. We got bruised berries, y'all. All right, berries are darker. Hey, Anna. All right. And y'all, if y'all got to go, I understand. I'm not in a group or anything today, so it's just a free-for-all here. All right, we finished with these pieces. I am going to put a little bit more glitter since I got it out here on her little glasses. Because, you know, Miss Claus got to have some bling. You need to go. Good to see you too, Miss Tina. Stop in again soon, girl. Miss Tina is the sweetest. She's my headband friend. My headbands are going to start soon. I'm going to get the rest of them out. I'm putting... And no hate. Y'all stop. I'm going to get my tree out. It was supposed to have gone up last weekend. But everything with Emma, it got delayed. So... You're back. You had something. You had to get something to nibble on. That's good, girl. We can't have you going into no diabetic shock over there. Uh-oh, that one isn't open. Just put a little bit of lighter green onto our holly. Hey, Lisa. All right, tone some of them down if they got too bright. Y'all, I'm going to try something. I think it's going to be a major flop, but we're going to try. If y'all know me, y'all know I'm not a marker girl. But I'm going to try and see how it'll do on this. And if it fails, we'll wipe it off and paint it. But we're going to give it a whirl. I hadn't used these things in forever. Do y'all like Posca pens? That's a lot. Hold on. I'll stick my hand in that in a minute. I wish I had I thought I had a fine tip one. Hold on a minute. Well, if I did, I don't now. Oh well, we're giving it a whirl. It's all right. But I think it's, let's start from the top and go down. Overpriced and they don't work smooth. They skip. See, that's what I think, Dixie. I'm not a fan. You know what? I like these little cheap painter markers. And I mean, they're not cheap, but they're like half the price of one of these. At Walmart, to me, they don't skip like these do, and they last so much longer. I think, ooh, oh no, it's too wide. I was fixing to say my snow marker, but I got the tip too blown out on it where I bared down too hard. And y'all, I went looking for one because I was going to get another one. And where they normally were in Hobby Lobby last year, last year, they weren't there this year. All right, we're going to let that dry, and what we'll do is just come in with some green paint and do a little cleanup work. So we need to do our presents and our bows, and then give them some eyes and cheeks. And I think we're probably going to save those other two pieces. Y'all are probably tired of me. We'll save the other two pieces for another day. That way y'all don't leave me. The little trees look adorable. You're so kind, Fatima. You do love me. Oh my goodness. All right, so what color for our gifts? I'm going to do one of them white, one green. I don't want to do one red because the red one will clash. Let's go ahead and paint the white one. Paint this one white. It's in the middle. So what are y'all doing the rest of this week? What's today? Tuesday? It's a long time for the weekend. We won't even talk about that because who knows. All right, the next one is the one that's down here below Santa Claus. And then you got this one on the side of him. So, this is what we can do. We can do white, green, and do another white one. Do one with polka dots and one with stripes. Or we can do green and some rando color. I don't know. Ooh, I got an idea. What about that? Make it with glitter, like that full wrapping paper, like it's shiny. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that would look stupid? Then I could do it gray and then just do it silver. But if I did that, then I would want to do that on one that had a bow. That way it would pick it up. So that one would be green. You're never tired. Oh, you're so sweet, Jessica. Thank you. Making crafts for the Christmas fairs. How are the Christmas fairs going this year? I haven't done any. I said I was going to do the big one that's in one of the little surrounding towns for us that they have. I think it is the second week in October. And I didn't sign up, but I went to it, and I'm so glad I didn't sign up for that thing. You know, sometimes things happen for a reason, and something just kept telling me that I didn't want to sign up for that. But we went, and y'all, the only people that were there was one wood vendor there, and all the rest of the people were either jewelry or food. And I'm like, if you like to eat, which I do, but I got to try and stay away from the table a little bit. Or you like jewelry, which I do jewelry. I mean, I make earrings and stuff, but that's all they had. At some point, I think these places are going to have to start limiting how many of certain things they have, because if you have you know, they probably had 50 booths, and if they had, you know, 25 of those were jewelry, which they probably were, then, you know, at some point people are going to be like, I'm not going to go to that. I don't really need any jewelry. Oh, I know. It's not I don't take anybody too serious. You can tell when somebody's joking and when they're being ugly. Hey, Miss Mary. Never again. You keep hoping the elves are going to come in and help. Oh, my goodness. Well, if I lived closer, I would come help you. Oh, my word. The elves. I love it. All right. So, we're going to do this one green. If I missed anybody today, y'all make sure to let me know. Say hey again. It's amazing when we go off live how many people we missed. And we truly didn't see them. Okay, what color? Make this bow green. And when you're painting these little wood pieces, if you're going to use a brush, just make sure you don't have a ton of paint on your brush. Just barely tip into it. Because if you go on this with a whole lot of paint like that, you're going to go all down in between the sides of it and all that. And it's going to make a mess. And then you're going to be like, Just like with the daubers, if you don't bounce those things off, then you're going to have a mess. Miss Debbie's here, Miss Lisa. But guys, if y'all do have a business page, I don't mind y'all coming on as your business. I think I'm going to do red polka dots on that one. And this one I'm going to make silver, so I'm not going to put, we're going to see how it looks. If we don't like it, we can paint over it, right? And what color should we do, like the tailgate and the tag, if we're going to stay on? Shake, shake, shake. Oh, I can't get the lid off that one. Maybe this one was the one I couldn't get the lid off and not the glitter. That might be it. My memory's about as big as a Tic Tac. Y'all don't tell the mister I said that. He'll be like, I told you. All right. And we'll put some, I'm going to put some more on that in just a little bit. We're going to let that dry. Let's try with the dryer right quick so we can keep going. Because this stuff, the metallic paint and glitter paint, they dry fast. So if you're using those and you want it to, you've got some on your plate, make sure to dry it so you can come into it again. Because if you don't, you're going to have a mess. Who started Christmas shopping? Y'all go ahead and tell me so I can send y'all some hate mail. Oh, I won't. I'm lying. I'm just kidding. I hadn't done the first thing. Like I say, as soon as my boxes are done, that Christmas tree's going up. The one in the dining room is anyway. Because I'm ready. Ready for a little cheer for this year. This has been a stinky year. Halfway done. Chesney, I did like you. Sorry. Oh, my goodness. I know I went to Walmart yesterday because y'all know I had to buy the mister his anniversary cookies. Walmart made them for me. And, I couldn't believe how many people were in there in the middle of the day. So I would say a lot of people have already started. I would so love to be done before Black Friday, but I can't ever get anybody around here to tell me anything they want. And I'm not buying. The days are gone of me buying stuff that they didn't ask for, because then you spend all that money on that stuff and you never see them wear it or use it. And then before you know it, you see it in the Goodwill bag, and I'm not doing that anymore. So if they don't tell me they want it, they just won't get anything. They just have a little gift card tucked off in there. And I hate gift cards, but I hate even worse to waste money. So, well, I had another one, but I didn't know where it's at. So we're going to use this one. We're fixing to do some cheeks. You do your kids' food hampers much easier. No shopping but crafting for gifts. You're doing a few Thanksgiving gifts because you're grateful for their friendship. Oh, Melanie, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. See, I love homemade gifts too. Those are the ones that are from someone's heart. Y'all, this brush is about as stiff as they come. We're going to finish Santa Claus here, but Santa Claus fixing to have to get a makeup tutorial because his makeup artist failed him. Ooh, I bet that one would make some good cheeks. This is a makeup brush. It is a blending eye brush. Let's see what it does as a blending blush brush. I'm going to have some more flesh color because Santa Claus fixing to have to get covered up a little bit there. I'm starting with it dry, though. Ooh, but that's black. What happened? I'm glad I didn't put that your husband's watch was broken at work, so you stepped in for an early Christmas present. Oh. They also have a tool he really wanted. Well, look at you. See, I like tools too. Wesley told me, he says, man, the days are gone when I could go to Home Depot and look for myself. I'm like, sorry. There we go. That's more better. I believe Winnie forgot to wash another brush. Did she use this one? Probably did. And I prefer to do cheeks with a dry brush, but let's see if we can dry it off a little bit more. You got your tree up, not decorated. You start Christmas shopping in June. Oh my gosh. You know what? I used to have all mine done before Thanksgiving, but when you're doing kind of handmade business, it makes the holidays a lot different. I will say that. Not bad, just different. Because by the time Christmas gets here, I'm moving on to a different holiday. And I may not like that on him or her. I'm not liking it right now unless it changes a little bit. You had a customer who has a funeral home and asked for what kind of makeup they use. Not to worry. Oh no. Should make you look real good. Yikes. That is, I don't think that's stuff I want to talk about. And it's all going to happen to us all, but I don't want to talk about it. Because after I'm gone, I don't care what kind of makeup they put on. As long as they jack my hair up, I don't care. But I don't go nowhere with some flat hair. Oh, so if I go before Mr. White and he comes on here and tells y'all I done clocked out, y'all say make sure you jack her hair up. Oh my goodness. That's awful. Let's get a little paint. We might not do the other two pieces today, y'all. We may not have, we're spending so much time trying to give this poor Santa Claus and Miss Claus some cheeks. Yeah, that cheek went clear up into her eyeball. She had a bad makeup day. You're waiting for Easter stuff to show up at Hobby Lobby before Thanksgiving. It will. You just wait and see. I'm shocked they waited so long to put Thanksgiving stuff on sale because they're going to get stuck with so much of that stuff. They put Christmas on for 50% off before they did Thanksgiving. I still am baffled about that. This is my thought process on it, is the mister asked, why would they do that? And I said, my thought process is they probably had a ton of that stuff left over from last year, and they're trying to get rid of it this year, because I wouldn't think they would clearance off every bit of that. Some of that's too high ticket of stuff to just let go like that. I wouldn't think they would do that. I might be wrong. I never worked retail like that, so I don't know if they would or not. But if it's my store, I believe I could hold on to it in the back room. Hair jacket. There you go, Melanie. You're my girl. You're an 80s girl. You can poof my hair. That's it. Put some fine on that hairspray in it. I told everybody I would love, 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 love for 80s hair to come back. Because, y'all, I did have some big hair, which I had really long hair. My hair was very deceiving. If you saw me from the front, you wouldn't think I had all that long hair, because I cut myself bangs. I about got beat to death for doing it, but I cut bangs. And then they would not grow. My hair quit growing. Can you believe that? I guess I could lie once upon a time. Y'all, I hated that long hair so, so bad. My daddy was so bound and determined. You still got a can of Aquanet. Oh, my gosh. That is crazy. I didn't even know they still made that stuff. Do they still make it, or you still got one from years past? Man, 80s hair was the bomb. The bomb. Oh man, these cheeks are just like flopping out today. I've lost my brush. I can't find my cheek brush. Isn't that bad? You only paint one brush. Probably need to make room for this year's new stuff. And that could be too. They got a few new ornaments, but other than the new ornaments, they don't really have too much. I hadn't seen anything that made me want to go, oh gosh, I got to go to Hobby Lobby and get that. So... got to ask, did your mom whip you as much as you say? She did. She did. My mama grew up in an orphanage, so she grew up a lot different than a lot of other people. I think they were lots of spankings where she was, so that's what she knew. Not that she was being mean or she was intent on being mean or stuff, but that's how she grew up. My daddy was my saving grace, because when he was home, he would make sure that things got kind of corrected a little bit. So, and, you know, eventually she came to terms with the fact that, you know, what she was doing was wrong, but that was when my little sister came along. I'm still smiling, right? Oh my. If only I could have got away with an ounce of what she did. I really was a good kid, though. I didn't get in trouble or anything. Trouble found me. Now, like I say, She had a tough life growing up. I can't even imagine. Hey, Anna, how are you? I think you might have come in earlier and somebody spoke to you, but I never did see you. But I said, hey. All right, so I think I'm going to put some glitter on this. Let's see if this one works. And it was just the... All right, here goes. Yep, I was wrong. It was the metallic that wasn't working. The glitter works. I can't get the lid off the metallic. Your mom whipped you once. She went off on me till Dad pulled her off, and don't ever any whippings from either. Shoot, I would run. But I will tell y'all, I used to get a ton of whippings. She would just get angry and I'd get that whipping. But they allowed me to get a dog. I'd always had like a little Chihuahua dog. She wasn't any kind of full-blooded. She was a little mutt Chihuahua, but she was sweet as she could be. And her name was Muffins. And so somebody my daddy knew, this dog had puppies, and he asked me, did I want one? Well, what kid says no to a puppy? None. And so, of course I did. I didn't even care what kind it was, but it was a lab. He was a black lab. And so I named him Bootsy. He was the sweetest dog. Thought the sun rose and set with me. Loved me. Followed me everywhere I went from the time he was a puppy until he had to go live someplace else. But anyway, that's another traumatic story, but it's okay. So we were out in the yard one day, and he was a couple of years old. She went to give me a spanking. Or do that whack, you know. She reared her hand back, and when she started down, he reached up and grabbed her wrist. He didn't bite her. He just caught her arm before she hit me. And she was like, oh my God, the dog bit me. The dog bit me. Well, she chased him around trying to catch him and couldn't. And so as soon as Daddy got home, she starts about how the dog bit her. And he came and he says, what happened? And I said, she was trying to whip me, Daddy. And when she drew back to hit me, when she drew back to hit me, he caught her hand. And he was like, okay. And so he told her, he says, I've already told you that hitting is not what we need to be doing. He said, and so Bootsy was just reinforcing that. But she kept on until Daddy finally got rid of the dog. He had to go live on somebody's farm. That plus he kept, you know, labs are rambunctious until they're several years old. And he would go and collect things from the neighbors' houses, and they weren't amused by that. Haters. I mean, we would take the stuff back. He wouldn't chew it up. He would just he wanted to borrow their water pitcher or their shoe, and he would just bring it home. He wouldn't sit and chew on it. And he was fenced. He would climb the fence, chain link fence, and dog climbed right over it. So, but he went to live on a farm, and he lived there for about 3 months and got hit by a car. But he lived in the city all that time and was fine. So. Oh, I'm going to do that in a different color. He was a good daddy. I miss my daddy so bad. I'm not going to talk about that because I'll cry. But I do miss my daddy. I talked to my daddy every single day till he passed. And you know what's crazy is still to this day, even if something happens, you know, that I'm excited about or something, you know, my first thought is, oh gosh, I got to call Daddy. You know, and he's been dead for years. So, but you know, sometimes you never quit thinking about those people. All right, we're going to put some, I did the bow green for this present, so we're going to put some red polka dots on here. What y'all think? Make it polka dotty. I'm not going to go crazy like I did. I showed y'all, for those of y'all that just came in, y'all know I painted that little gingerbread baby back there. I did the tag. Y'all look what I did to that thing. It's garbage. I got to repaint it. I got carried away with those polka dots, and it was like, on. I couldn't quit making polka dots. Let's put some water in here. Because I got chunky red paint. You had a dog that would protect you from your daddy. Yep. Daddy, he wasn't the kind that would, I only ever remember one whipping that I got from my daddy, ever. But, I really shouldn't have got that whipping, but, you know, sometimes people can keep on and keep on and keep on about stuff that somebody supposedly did until somebody ready to beat somebody to death, so. But that was before that was known. But boy, I'll never forget that one. Y'all gotta be quiet a minute. Y'all know that's tough. All right. I don't know if I like that or not, but we're rolling with it for now. Hey, Michelle. I hope you are doing good today, madam. Let's... You gotta actually tip it into the paint. Miss Joyce is in the house. It keeps telling me over and over people are watching. I bet I might have comments over on the other thing over here. I just hadn't looked. We should get back to the days where it would show up on our phone. But whatever device you're on, you can see people coming in, but you don't see everything they say. Crazy, isn't it? There's Miss Tammy Taylor. And see, it hadn't even told me Tammy Taylor's up. You're getting deep. Trouble and Karen go together. Oh my gosh. Hey, I know. But I didn't do anything half the time. Like I say, I was good. Now, my sister, on the other hand, she never got any whippings, and she was bad all the time. She got more whippings from me than she got from Mom and Daddy, but she got them for pulling my hair and doing stuff like that. Because when I tell y'all, my hair was down to the back of my knees. She would grab hold of my hair and pull that stuff, and Mama would say, she's just a baby. She's going to be a baby with a whooping on the weekend. There's Miss Lindale. How you doing there, Lindale? She said, I'm fine, K-Ruin. Oh, my. Miss Lindell with Lindell's Craft Escape. Everybody, bless her, like me here in Lawrence where I live, everybody calls me Karen. Karen and Sharon. Nobody around here named Karen or Sharon. I'm going to just clean up. And you know what? I do have to say that even though the marker did kind of get out of its bounds, it still was so much easier using it than trying to paint that in. I think sometimes the markers can be beneficial when you're doing that, but sometimes it's just easier. The younger siblings are brats. Well, they don't have any home training. Because by the time they have them, they wore out. They don't even care what they do. My sister got her driver's license, and like the third day she had her driver's license, she had a wreck and totaled the car. But she got in another one the next day and drove right off. I'm like, I would never been allowed to drive again. What about y'all? They would have been like, you can drive when you can get your own car. And I had to buy my own car, but they bought one for her. I think if you're going to have kids, you need to treat them all the same. What you can't do for one, you don't do for the others. Y'all have just heard me gripe all day. I'm not griping. It's just life. It's real life over here. Now, I was kind of on the soapbox at the beginning, but we jumped off that. I really don't like the little one too much, but I think it's going to be all right. Hey, Sandy. Okay, I'm going to say your name wrong, but I'm going to try. Loana? I think you must be new to me. I haven't seen you in before. If you are, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you'll come back and see us again. And please, if I messed up your name, don't be upset. All right. I think we're going to be done with those little trees. And let's put a little... do our little cranberry. All right, now we got to do the eyes on these little babies. Y'all, them cheeks is pitiful looking. That's bad when you say that's yourself, isn't it? Hey, Miss Lisa Hawkins, how you doing? I can't even imagine. Hold on. Oh, ooh. No, that ain't it. Y'all, I've been robbed. The thief has broke in and stole my favorite brush that I do my cheeks with. I may never be able to put another cheek on again. There it is. I think that's it. No. It's more better than the other one I had. More better. Hey, Miss Lisa. I am good. I hope you are too, girl. All right, let's get some white. And a little bit of that. And mixy. This is it. Better. You have to go. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to finish up with these guys and glue it together. And then we're going to do the tag and the other thing. Another day. I wanted to finish, but I need to get up and walk around. My hind end's going to sleep. I've been sitting too long. I'm going to put a little bit of... And when you're doing cheeks, it's best not to wet your brush, because if you wet your brush, then it's going to cause it to turn kind of purple. And that's what I'm going on now, is that purpley looking color. Because it's underneath that, it keeps bringing it up. But it's still better than it was. Hey, Anita. Guys, I appreciate y'all popping in with me. Even if you can't stay the whole time, I'm glad you just dropped in to say hello. And thank y'all for saying hey. And if you're not following, I would love for you to touch my nose and hit the follow button. If it doesn't say following when you touch my nose, that means that you aren't. And I'm doing that on everybody I watch live anymore, because you would not believe how many people that I was following that I'm not anymore. And I know I was following them. So... anytime I watch somebody, I always make sure to do that. Let's put their eyes in, and then we're going to give them a little glue. Oh, ooey fiddle. Hey, Ashley. How are you doing? Hope you are having a good day, girl. And give her a little bit of a little. Her and Santa both, they've been out in the cold. We'll give them a little red nose. And if you get too much, just come in with some of your flesh color and paint over it. And there's Miss Susie. How are you doing? All right, so let's get some more black because I used up all of that. It was about dried up anyway. Too much. And let's give Santa some eyes. And all the little lines are etched on here, which makes it so much easier. And if you get outside the lines, it's not the end of the world. You just make an eye bigger, but you can't have one with a little eye and one with a big eye. You got to make the eyes the same. All right, now let's... Hey, Jessica. Make a little bit of gray. And that's what I should have done, is made her hair gray. I'm not going to go back and do it. Santa Claus can't have that super clean poof because he's been out on a chimney or two, hasn't he? All right. I'll try and come live in the morning and or tomorrow afternoon, and we'll finish this one up. I got to get started on that other stuff I got to paint, but I'm going to finish this too. So if I don't come back later tonight, which I don't know that I will, because as of this moment right now, y'all, I don't have a clue what we're eating for dinner tonight. I was the good wife and made chicken stew last night for our anniversary, so yes, we didn't go out on my anniversary. I cooked, so that says something right there. Give the woman some grace. She cooked you a meal. I cook a lot. Normally on special days like that, though, we'll go and get something, but I didn't feel like going anywhere yesterday. Y'all ever have days like that where you just don't feel like going out? You have to go. That's okay, Chesney. I'm just about finished, so I'm going to do the eyes and then give it a little glue. I'm going to dry that eye right quick. All right, send to my man. Hey, Anita. All right, let's glue these little babies down. I think we got everything. Fingers crossed. All right, we can set that aside and let them dry a little bit. We're going to put all our presents together and get our cookies and all that stuff where they need to be. And then we'll glue our little people. Does that sound good? And I am just using Type Bond triple thick glue. It dries clear. And it says it's for indoor use only, but I've never used it outside. I've used it like on door hangers and stuff that hang like on a covered porch. And they do fine. But I've never done an outdoor project and had them on it. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I think I like the little silver package best, though. It's shiny. I don't know if y'all will be able to see that or not. And on the little hands, I'm going to just put a little bit of I lost my life. There we go. All right, so I think this one. Nope. Nope. Yep. So how many of y'all like Christmas tree cakes? Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. I'm going to put a thing up on my page, so y'all will have to go and vote if you like the cake or not. I like to do little fun things like that. Some people don't like them. There we go. The little one goes there. The devil. Okay, so is that a yes or a no, Dixie? Is that a I can't stay out of them, or they're horrible? Well, I'll just be honest with you. I don't think I've met a Little Debbie cake that I didn't like. I am, they had those T-shirts going around there one time that says Little Debbie turns you into Fat Deborah. I'm Deborah. Oh, my word. You do like them? Oh, yeah. They're so good. Well, you wait until you see my post. I saw them at Sam's when we were there. And you are not even going to believe what I'm fixing to show you, girl. It's like, I was like, wow. If that wowed me, it had to been good, right? If you put all the little extra pieces on first, sometimes it just makes it a little easier when you're putting everything else. They ended up in your basket yesterday. That's what I'm going to say. My middle name is Deborah. So I got the worst of both worlds. I'm a Karen and a Deborah. Golly. And you know what? That's another thing. I'm jumping back on the soapbox. Name shaming. We're in 2005, people. Why are we still talking about people's names? I didn't have any control over what my mama named me. Be it people want to jump out there and put all kinds of people named Karen into one category. Crazy. It's hateful. You love them, but you can't stop. Ashley loves them. I know. I could eat a whole box. But y'all, I'll tell you what else. One of the Little Debbie cakes I like. The Wesley's is fudge round. I like a Star Crunch. I'm not even gonna lie, but y'all, I like the Little Debbie honey buns. Now that I could eat a whole box of. I had to be quiet. I've been wanting some of them things. Hey, them things is good. And they got like the little chocolate ones that have the strawberry on the inside of them now instead of the cherry. They're good too. Same over there. I hadn't seen anybody say they didn't like them yet. Or maybe they over there hanging out in the closet. They like, we're not out in ourselves that we're not loving the Little Debbies. It's okay. You in a safe place. We won't send hate mail. It's okay if you don't like them. Like I said earlier, everybody don't like everything the same. And isn't that a blessing? Because think about it. If everybody loved honey buns, Little Debbie cakes, there wouldn't be enough to go around. And then we'd be complaining because everybody was eating up our cakes. Y'all, these glasses, I'm going to just be here to tell you they are precious. Did you get those cakes? You love them. I did not, because y'all know I'm still trying to, which I'm going to keep doing it. I have lost the weight I wanted to lose, and I'm team let's keep it off now. So I did eat a cookie, but I'm not going in and buying the whole thing of Debbie cakes, because I will eat them. The little Dunkin' sticks. That's what we call them, the Dunkin' stick. Anytime we travel and Wesley goes in to pay for gas or something, he'll always bring me out a drink and a Dunkin' stick. Now, y'all know why I love that man now, don't you? He's feeding me sweets. Oh, my goodness gracious. Y'all knew there had to be an ulterior motive. I know. I think it's going to be precious. I love Mr. and Mrs. Santa's too. They're just too precious. Hey, Sherry. That will fit in the truck or the cutting. Yes, that's what it goes in, is the truck or the cutting board. Twist that. I'm glad that one wasn't glued down. I didn't have it twisted quite far enough. The only thing I don't like about the glue is the bottle don't suck air in, because the little hole gets and it squishes. But I'll show y'all how I do to fix that. But see, all the pieces just kind of fit up into each other, and they make it so easy. But what I do is just unscrew your lid, get your air back into your bottle, and we're good to go again. But I am going to do one thing that I feel like it needs. Right there underneath Santa's, where his mustache comes up, I'm going to put him a little mouth just because I think he needs one. You don't have to, and it's not drawn into it. It's just something that I want to put on mine. And all I'm going to do is make like a little half circle. Oops. See the difference? See how it just adds that little bit of something? Y'all, look how precious. Is that not adorable? That little present slid on me. But I'll show y'all how to fix it. What present slip? Oh, but don't go and mess up while you're trying to be a smarty. All right, and so we got some other little pieces. What do y'all think? Did we put a little holly sprig on Santa's hat? Or no? Y'all let me know. Y'all, that is so cute. Look at her glasses. They're sparkly. They're so cute. So we need the holly, no holly. And we can even, I don't know, I think I'll put it on there. What do we think? Or we could put it like right there on his brim. I'm going to move that paint. It'll fall right off into that paint. Put it right there on the brim. You like it on the brim or the hat? That's the brim. And that's the hat. To me, it kind of hides the little piece there. And I don't really, it's on the same side as hers there. I think I like it on the brim. It don't hide quite as much. Mama's almost done. Let's put it on the brim. Nobody said, no, don't do it. Don't do it, girl. I'm not going to do it. I did it. Okay, do y'all like the placement there? I like them on the brim better too. I kind of pushed it over a little bit. Okay, let's see what it looks like. I don't run over you. And y'all, the reason I tape mine in is my Velcro kind of has gone south on me. So the little tape helps hold them in. Because you can either put the Velcro in them and hang them on the wall. Or they come with a stand, the truck and the cutting board. And you just stand them up. Like on a shelf or a countertop. OMG. No, look. Now, how stinking cute is that? I can't wait to get the rest of it finished. But I'm tired, y'all. I told y'all I got to get up and move for a little bit. So, we will come back and we will paint the Merry Christmas. And then I got the holly, some trees. And then we've got the little tag that we're going to put on some stuff on too. So, we've been live a long time, y'all. My phone's got 14% battery left, so I gotta run. I love y'all bunches. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for listening to me. I hope I didn't make anybody mad. Like I say, that was not my intent. My intent was just to say, you know, sometimes if you just don't like stuff, instead of even other, you know, creators, if you don't like stuff, just scroll. You don't have to be ugly, and you don't have to try to ruin what somebody else is doing, because you know what? Sometimes people will jump on with a bandwagon with and not even know the full story about something. So And to jump on before you know is like even worse. So, all right, I'm missing an R. So, oh, there it is. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.